With the trend of local food in full force, wild leeks are becoming more popular than ever, and we wanted to know more about them. So we hooked up with nature expert Bob Bowles and hit the forest to find some wild leeks.
These are called wild leeks. The scientific name is Allium tricoccum, and they grow in rich hardwoods like this.
Okay.
We've got a clump here closely packed together, and we look for these bright, shiny, light green leaves. And it's in the garlic and mustard family. So they smell more pungent than actually garlic and mustard.
Okay.
And they have these red petioles or bases.
But I'm noticing there's a lot of trilliums around here. Is that another way when you're in the forest to sort of know if you might be around some leeks?
That's an excellent indicator.
Sustainability is a term that's thrown around a lot lately, and when it comes to wild leeks, well, these are one sensitive little plant. So like if I came in here and I picked a whole bunch of these out, it would take over 20 years for this little pod or patch of leeks to get back to how we found it today. So when harvesting a wild leek, there's actually a few ways to go about it. The most sustainable way is to just take the leaf of the plant. Bob showed us that most leek plants have 2 leaves, and it's best to just take 1 leaf per plant to allow that plant to regenerate. So you can also harvest the entire leek, bulb and all, but it's really important to go about this gently and only take a few leeks from each patch.
The general rule of thumb is if we harvest only 5% of that patch, we can't hurt it. So we could take 5 bulbs from here, maybe 1 over here, 1 here, 1 there, 1 over here. If we use a shovel or a trowel or even this knife, we're going to cut the bulbs that are nearby and damage them, and we don't want to do that. I'm just going to work my fingers softly into the soft earth, and I'm just going to run it down the side of the bulb. Now I can feel the bottom of the clump there, just snapped off. I haven't hurt these at all, and I'm going to cover that over so that the invasive species can't get in there, and these are still healthy, and here we have the bulb.
Bob also hosted a nature walk over at Brooklyn's farm, and Ken Riley, the owner, joined us for a while and mentioned that some leeks don't actually have a red stalk or petiole, and the stem is just white. And it turns out they're the same species of leek with just a slight genetic difference. So if you're out in the forest looking for leeks and you find some that might have a red stalk or a white stalk and you're not sure if what you're looking at is actually a leek, what you do is just pinch the tip off the leaf, rub it in your fingers to release the oils, and give it a smell. And it should smell pretty much like onions or garlic and a little bit skunky. So leeks are pretty sensitive. Everyone loves to pick wild leeks and cook with them, but the main thing we're learning here today is you've really got to do it in a sustainable way. Tread lightly. Don't decimate a patch, because if you do, it might not come back at all.
Exactly.
Wow. So that's wild leeks for you.